So now we have been given another question. We are given a plate cam of minimum radius 30 mm, camshaft diameter 20 mm, turning uniformly anti-clockwise. The follower, which is a flat type, is to have the following motion from 0 to 120. The follower rises with 30 mm uniform velocity. From 120 to 210, it has a dual period, and then from 220 to 360, the follower falls with 30 mm uniform velocity. So the first step is to draw the displacement diagram, and since we have been told from the question that each is going to be 30 degrees, so you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 60 degrees. Then you can now have your perpendicular line from this point upward. Then erect the perpendicular lines from those other points as well. Then let's call this, okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is equivalent to 30, 60, 90, up to 360, like that. Okay, so now we're told from the question that between 0 and 120, so this 30, 60, 90, 120. So between 0 and 120, we have a rise of 30 mm. So that means we measure 30 mm here. Here is 30 mm. Then 120 here, we also have 30 mm. Since it's a rise with uniform velocity, so you just join this diagonal here. So this rise with uniform velocity. Now from 120 to 210, 120 to 210, so 210 should be somewhere here. So now we can measure 30. Since the lift is 30, we can measure 30 from here. It's what? It's a dual. From 120 to 210, we have a dual, so you just join this like this. So, and then after which, from 210 to 360, it should be 210 to 360, not 220 to 360. So from 210 to 360, we have a fall 30 mm with uniform velocity. So this is quite simple. So you just have a fall of uniform velocity. So now you can clean up the unwanted parts. So now we expect to draw the cam profile. We are given the minimum radius of the cam as 30. So now take your compass, and then you measure, and then you draw a circle of 60 mm diameter. So now you have the center point here. From the center point, you can now divide the circle. From center point, you can draw this perpendicular. You draw this perpendicular line. After which, you now divide the circle into 12 equal parts. After dividing the circle into 12 equal parts, you can now number. Don't forget from the question, we're told the direction of rotation is anti-clockwise. So it means your numbering is going to be the other way around. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3. You number like that up to 12. And this is 12. Now on the displacement diagram, this is 1, this is 1 prime, 2, 2 prime, 3, 3 prime, 4, 4 prime, 5, 5 prime, 6, 6 prime, 7, 7 prime, 8 prime, 9 prime, 10 prime, 11 prime, and then back to 12 prime. You don't take your compass, take the distance 1, 1 prime, place it on 1 here, so as to cut 1 prime. You now go to this place 2, 2 prime, take the distance 2, 2 prime. You now come here, take your distance 2, cut it on 2 prime. You now go back to this place, you take 3, 3 prime, then a distance 3, 3 prime, you now bring it down here. So the same thing, you do it to 4, 5, 6, up till 12. So now we are back to 12. So now, since this is a flat follower, you now have, so now let's take the flat follower to have a base of 10 mm, 10 mm, 10 mm base. Okay, so we now have this. So now we now take this to present our flat follower. So now at this point of intersection, this is 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime, 4 prime, like that to 12 prime. So now at this point you are going to draw lines that are perpendicular. So now from this point here, from this point you are going to draw a line perpendicular to this line. The same thing here, you draw a line perpendicular. So the same thing here, you draw a line perpendicular. The same thing here. So that's how you're going to do perpendicular lines all through the lines. All through the point. So you can see this is also perpendicular. This is also perpendicular, and then perpendicular, and then perpendicular. So now these lines that you've drawn that are perpendicular, don't forget it's going to indicate the base of your flat base follower. So it has to be uniform. It has to have a flat base of 10. So you have to measure 10 on all of them. So it means this one is also going to be 10 here. So the same thing all through, everything is going to be 10, 10. All through, you also measure 10 here, like that. So now after getting all this flat base, you are now going to draw a curve through these lines. But these lines, the curve will be passing tangentially to all these lines, so all the flat base lines. So but meanwhile, this is the direction of rotation. This is the direction of rotation. So you now draw the curve. So now this is the curve, and then don't forget we're given the cam diameter. It has a radius of 10 mm. Okay. So now this is your displacement diagram, and then this is the cam profile. So you can now clean up the wanted parts of the diagrams.